I want you to imagine what it would be like if you could go into monk mode for the next 8 weeks and simply work hard. Well, that's what we're going to be talking about today, is going into isolation, introspecting, and improving everything about your business. This isn't for every entrepreneur, because not every entrepreneur has what it takes to do this. But if it's you and you have the ability to isolate yourself, introspect, and improve, you can grow faster in the next 8 weeks than you could in 5 years of working in a normal capacity. So today, we're going to be talking about going into monk mode and accelerating the growth of your business in the next 2 months. For those of you who don't know me, it's Chris Prouty, and for the last 21 years, I have helped thousands of entrepreneurs and experts just like you wildly grow their businesses by teaching them how to focus and how to attract clients from the internet, but not in a way like you might think. And I was talking to someone in my private client advisory group, and we were talking about the ability to focus. But specifically, we were talking about the ability to focus now. Because now, as I'm going live, there are 8 weeks left to this year. And in those 8 weeks, we want to accomplish more than most people achieve in years. Because what happens during these last 8 weeks of the year? Most people go into coast mode. Not us, not me, and not you. It's time to go into monk mode. And we're going to be exploring what monk mode is today. I'm going to give you the characteristics of monk mode, and I'm also going to share with you strategies that you can start applying today that are going to help you achieve more by the end of this year than you ever thought possible. But before I get to that, if you are serious about growing your business and you would like a straightforward strategy about growing your business, go to proutyclass.com. You're going to see that link on the screen. Don't click on that, that'll pause the video. But type that into your web browser. I have an on-demand workshop that's going to show you the exact strategy that I use to grow my business and the same that I've taught to thousands of people. And if you're new to my channel, now would be a genius time to click the subscribe button and turn on the bell for notifications so that you get alerts every time I create new content just like this. You know, my clients come to me because they're looking for a straightforward plan so that they can focus on impacting lives and not have to waste a lot of time trying to attract clients to their business. Because even though they have a service that can dramatically change lives and they've sold it to a few people, they want more. And they want to have impact, they want to be seen as a leader, and they want to leave a legacy based on what they've done in their service. So we unlock all of that with step-by-step plans that I've used with thousands of people. So let's talk about going into monk mode and what that really means for you. There are 3 components to monk mode, and we call it monk mode because it requires a lot of discipline. I certainly hope you have that discipline. I know I do, and the people that I work with do. It's not easy to get, but boy, once you get it, it really can do magical things for you. The 3 components of monk mode are, first, going and engaging in introspection. The second is going into isolation. And the third is finding tremendous improvement in everything in your business and your life. And I'm going to share with you some tips on each of those things today. But before I get to that, and before I forget, you've made it this far in the video, I'm pretty sure you're serious about growing your business. Please head over to proutyclass.com, please, because I created that on-demand training for people like you who are looking for ways to streamline the process of getting clients. I'm going to show you a step-by-step strategy and tons of case studies at proutyclass.com. So I'm thinking about myself. The last time I did a serious monk mode, it was just a couple of years ago, but I had to talk to my friends and business friends and real friends. And I went to everyone and I said, I'm going to go away for a little while. I'm going to go into isolation. You might not hear from me. You might message me and not get a response. You might email me and not hear back from me. But I'm doing so that I can improve as rapidly as possible. Some of those people are still friends today. Some of them could not understand what I did and why I did it. And they're no longer friends today. And you know what? That's cool too. It doesn't matter. The people who understand are the people who are going to stand by you no matter what. Like my friend R. Jerome, who completely understood the process that I went through. Still a dear friend today and someone that I talk to every single day. And he got it, he does it, and his business has wildly grown by doing these same exact things. So let's talk about the things that you can do in each of the phases of monk mode. First is introspection. You've got to stop looking outward for answers because the answers exist inside of you right now. And I want to unlock two things for you. The first is you must identify the characteristics that are holding you back. These could be fear, these could be doubt, these could be you don't have what it takes, imposter syndrome. It could be any of those things. You have to figure out what those things are, and you must get past them. You can get past them by acknowledging them, allowing them, and then saying, we're done, and I'm going to move past you. And then at the same time, I want you to realize that you also have all of the characteristics you need for success. And in the process of introspection, I want you to look for those characteristics. They're there. You simply must find them. And realize that you have what it takes right now to be successful. And all you have to do is act quickly and implement what you know you must implement. Then let's go into isolation. Now, there are things that you can't isolate yourself from, like your family, maybe your clients. Probably don't want to isolate yourself from them. Prospects, probably don't want to isolate yourself from them as well. But it would be wise to isolate yourself from the people who don't contribute to your success. If there are people in your life that have bad habits that you'd prefer not to have, if there are people that are constantly negative, judging others, putting other people down, that's an influence that you don't need while you're in monk mode. Tell those people that you're going into a business activity that's going to require some focus. You might not be around, probably won't be hanging out as much, if at all, and then get the work done. Go into isolation and really allow yourself to focus. And while you're doing that, begin the process of improvement. I'm talking improvement in every aspect of what you do. Improvement in time, improvement in efficiency, improvement in every single step of every single day. You can find efficiencies. I'll give you a couple of tips in just a few short moments on some things that you can do, some things that I do every single day, that if you do, you'll find some improvement in your schedule, in your life, in your efficiency. And before I get to that, before I forget, now would be a great time for you to head over to proutyclass.com and simply give me your name, your email address, and I'll send you an email with a link for that on-demand workshop. It's going to teach you things that are going to expand your mind and show you a way to attract clients from social media that I'm not seeing taught anywhere else. So you'll find that over on proutyclass.com. So let me give you some tips that are going to help you as you're in isolation, introspecting, and looking for improvements. And the first tip is this: finish every single day by preparing your workspace for starting work the next day. What I mean by that is very simple. It's really, really easy to do. When I'm done at the end of the day, I close everything, I delete everything off my desktop or file it away somewhere, and I open up one web browser tab that has YouTube Studio, because it's the first thing I do every day. I open up my client management system so that I can check in on my mentees, my students, and my private client advisory clients. And that's it. I don't have social media open. I don't have email open. The only thing that I have open are the things that I'm going to start on the very next day. So my first tip for you is to simply prepare yourself for work the next day. And when you sit down, you get to work. The next tip I'll give you is find ways to couple activities that are seemingly unrelated. For example, running is my exercise of choice. I run for about an hour every single day. And that's also a great time for me to consume training. I'm constantly looking to improve and learn all different kinds of things, not just business related. And so that's a good time for me to put trainings on in my ears while I'm running. So I spend an hour a day exercising, but I also spend an hour a day learning. And those happen to be the same exact hours of the day. While that may sound obvious, the number of people who actually do it is rather surprisingly small. The next tip I will give you is going to be the hardest one for you to do. But again, if you've made it this far in the video, this is for you. We have, at the time of this broadcast, we have about 8 weeks left in the calendar year, which means Thanksgiving's coming, the holidays are coming, New Year's is coming. That is a great time to get back to work. You thought I was going to say relax, didn't you? But I didn't. It's a great time to get back to work, and I'm getting real serious with you here. Thanksgiving afternoon, while everybody else is sitting around rubbing their bellies, how about you eat a little bit less and you get back to work? Christmas Eve, nice and quiet. Get back to work. Christmas afternoon, or the holidays in the afternoon when everybody's opening their gifts and cooking a whatever, get back to work. Those are nice quiet times. You could spend 4 hours working, even on New Year's Eve, when everybody else is doing everything else. You can be making progress. It's not for everybody, but it might be for you. It certainly is for me. And when you're in monk mode, and when you're in isolation, it's those kind of decisions that become effortless. And I might be offending some of you, and you might be sitting there and going, Prouty, what are you talking about? These are the days that we always take off. No, you don't. Not as an entrepreneur, not as someone who's looking to grow rapidly. You get back to work. I know I will be. And while everything that I just taught you is incredibly important, it might not be the only thing that you need, which is why I'm going to put a link to a video right here for you to check out right now that's going to help you grow faster in your business. And of course, if you click on my face, you can subscribe to my channel and get alerts every time I create new content like this.